So you will start. Kushal, did you get chance to review some of the lectures? You are on mute, so if you are saying anything, then I am not able to hear. But okay, I'll start from wherever we left, and I just wanted to introduce something more. Okay, let's start with the prayers. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते साधनचतुष्टयसम्पन्नाधिकारिणां मोक्षसाधनभूतं तत्त्वविवेकप्रकारं वक्ष्यामः. So when I chant this invocation verse, I would like each of you to do that, although you are on mute, I would like you all to chant as well along with me, because it is our prayer shloka. Now, I'm going to straight away, so the text author says that I'm going to mention now to all of you the method of discriminating regarding the reality. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to tell you what this Tattva Viveka is, and what is the reality, and how to discriminate on what is real and what is unreal. Both I'm going to tell. To whom? To all of you. Who are these? All of you? Qualified people. Those of you who are qualified, meaning those who possess the fourfold qualifications, for them I'm going to tell you this reality, the truth, and the method of discriminating this reality. Why? Because this is the means for attaining moksha, liberation. With that, I'm going to hop on to the main, the sentence of the Grantha. Tattva Vivekah Kaha. What is this reality? What is this inquiry into truth? Or what is this? What is this? What is this? What is the discrimination of reality? Then the Guruji mentions it is Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya Iti. That one thing alone is real or true, that is Atma, that is self. Everything other than the self is what? Mithya. It does not hold the same degree of reality. It is not as true as I. Okay, so this is important. Understanding this word mithya is very important. You spend a lot of time, and again, I'm going to keep on reminding us what mithya is. It is not the same degree of reality. It does appear before us, but that doesn't mean it holds the same degree of reality. Like we will observe our shadow, and there is our body and our shadow, how they too have a different degree of reality, how waking and dream have a different degree of reality. Similarly, this concept of Satya and Mithya. Satyam, what is Satyam? The Grantha itself will say that which cannot be negated any time. So, it is not limited by space, it is not limited uh, by time. It's not something that is true now and which will not be true 10,000 years later. that we don't call it Satya. Satya meaning which is true, which was true even in the past, which is true even now, and which is also going to be true in future. Meaning which is true to its nature all the time. Time doesn't influence it. Time doesn't cause any change to happen in it. That we call truth. That we call Satya. That is called reality. Whereas what is Mithya? Mithya may appear to us as something right now, but when we go and investigate, it may appear as something else. Or it may appear to me like whatever it appears right now. And then down the road, it may appear as something else. It may change its nature. So, what we mean by Satya or truth is that which does not change its nature. Like what? Fire. What is fire? What is the nature of fire? The nature of fire is heat and light. Did it ever change in the past? What is it right now? Heat and light. Will it ever change in the future? If the kalpa, if the yuga changes from Kalyug to Satyug, does the nature of fire change? Or let us say there is a pralaya. The whole jagat, the whole universe, is dead. And now there is another creation. And in another creation, again, there is fire. So, in that another creation, will the nature of fire change? Heat and light? No. So that is Satyam, which is true to its nature, which does not change its reality. And then what is Mithya? Mithya is that which does appear before us, but which keeps on changing its nature, which is not true to to what it appears to be. Like what? Uh, like anything and everything. Anything and everything is what? Change. Anything and everything that we can perceive as something other than us is what? If we examine, it is a concept which is not true to what it appears before us. Like this, uh, like this phone. What is this phone or phone cover? This phone cover is made up of what? I don't know. I'm just saying leather, right? This phone cover is made up of leather. So what is this? This is a phone cover. Uh, or let me take a better example, easier example. What is this? A water bottle. Is this a water bottle? Uh, this is a water bottle made up of metal. So what is it? Is it metal or is this water bottle? It is a metal water bottle. What if I take out metal out of this water bottle? What remains? Nothing remains. So it is metal appearing as this water bottle. So what I call water bottle is nothing but metal appearing as a water bottle. So what is water bottle? Just a concept in my mind, because if I took metal out of it, will the bottle remain? It won't remain. And so also any concept, uh, any concept, I mean anything is, if I examine, it remains as just a concept. What is bottle? It is just a concept in my mind. The bottle, whichever bottle, plastic bottle, metal bottle, is nothing other than its material cause. So the idea that in Vedanta we will learn is whatever is an effect. Effect meaning whatever comes into existence, whatever is produced, is nothing but a manifestation of its cause. So the material cause itself manifests before us as that particular creation or production or effect, right? So karya karan. In Sanskrit, we call it karya karan. So this prakriya, this method called karya karan is a very important concept to understand what is mithya. So karana, the material cause itself, manifests before us, appears before us as the effect, and in our mind we take the effect to be separate from material cause, but in reality effect is nothing but a modification of the material cause. It is nothing but the material cause appearing in a particular name and form. And what is name and form if I take out the material cause? What is name and form if I take the material cause out?
Nothing is left.
Nothing is left. So what I call name and form is nothing but just a speech, just a name hanging on to a speech, but just a namesake. In simple words, it is just a namesake. For vyavahara, for interaction, I can't say bring the metal. Please bring the metal. I'm very thirsty. I want. Please bring some water in metal. That won't make sense. So for vyavahara, we add or we have this names and forms, and we make use of it. So we continue to make use of it. But now what? Now also, I will continue to use my water bottle. I will continue to drink water from it. But now that I know that this water bottle is nothing but manifestation of the metal, uh, my understanding about it, the way I will interact with it, that will change. Now, um, in this water bottle, perhaps it is, I'm not too attached to this water bottle, so it doesn't matter. You would think, what does it matter whether I know that this water bottle is nothing but a manifestation of metal? What does it make sense? Okay, in water bottle, it doesn't make a difference. But in our relationships, it does make a huge difference. Why? Because we are attached, because we are attached to things. We are attached to our bike. We are attached to our new car. And so, if we understand, let us say if you bought just a Mercedes, you know, uh, in the evening you bought a Mercedes, and so then what are you going to do? You're going to take a very good care about it so that nobody there is not a mark on it, you know, so you'll polish it and you'll make it clean and you'll make sure you'll drive carefully so that you don't get bangs from the adjacent traffic or people or whatever parking, etc. Why would you do that? Because you are attached to it, right? Supposing,
Because it represents us also. It sort of represents the person who drives it. That's what I was
yeah,
thinking.
as well, because see, I like something, and with that possession, I feel as if I am getting ornamented. With the Mercedes, it is not just a Mercedes car. It is a Mercedes car that I like, first of all. Then it is a Mercedes car. Then I am the possessor of this Mercedes car, second thing. And so what's the big deal? Oh, there's a big deal. Who am I? I am the one who has this Mercedes car. So then there is an ornamentation. You are ornamented by the one who has this Mercedes car. So three layers. Before you were carless. Yeah? In the student age, you were carless. Then what? Then you had this desire. What desire? That I must have a car. Okay, not any car, not just a used car, not a rental car, but my own car. And what car? Not just a Honda, but a Mercedes car, or whatever car you like. And then I'm the one who possesses this car. So that ornamentation happens. So when all these things happen, then I pop the balloon. What balloon? Hey, you know that Mercedes car? about which you are kind of, popped up. That Mercedes car is what? Is it a cause or effect? Is it a karya or karan? It is an effect. Okay. Effect meaning what? It is an assembly. It is made up of things. It is made up of parts. It is made up of something else. It is not what it is just by itself. Something else is the cause, is its cause. What is it? Many different things in this car, metal and whatever it is. You all are engineers, so you all can tell me what a car is made up of. But a car is not car just by itself. It has many parts and it is made up of something called, a material cause which gives rise to this car. So that about which you hold this pride is nothing but metal and plastic and nuts and bolts and spring and some petrol and some paint, whatever paint, Uh, so that is the reality about your Mercedes car. And what happens when that, ornamentation uh, gets diluted or dropped, and then what happens? Yes, I do have a car. I still have a Mercedes car. I still drive, but then my relationship with the car, it changes. I drive the car for the sake of using it. I drive the car for the sake of, as a means of accommodation, but it is a healthy vyavahara. It is a healthy transaction. I am very objective about the car. I do take care of it. I do make sure that it doesn't get the mark, etc. But now I do not weigh myself based on this car. I'm the user of the car, fine, but I need not and I will not weigh myself by this car. So this kind of, when we gain this understanding of Satya and Mithya, then we slowly become objective about things, and uh, we put as much weightage uh, to the objects of the world and situations of the world and people of the world as much as we should. This much for now. We will always come back on this topic in different ways during different time. But I thought I would dwell on this mithya again. One another thing that I wanted to point out before we proceed further is pramana. Uh, pramana. Well, I won't explain this very technically, but if we go back into this quality of Shraddha, what was Shraddha defined as? Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasana Shraddha. That whatever my Guru and Shastra tells, that is true, and I do not question it. That is Shraddha. But let us understand this correctly. So I want to give example of eyes. What is the function of eyes? To see. To see what? Anything that possesses color and form. Roop and so form and color. That is what eyes can perceive. What about ears? Uh, what what can it perceive, or what can it gather? Sound. So ears can gather sound. Ears can give us the knowledge of what kind of sound it is, what sound it is, how shrill it is, etc. Eyes will give me knowledge of what am I seeing, what color it is, etc. Nose will give me knowledge about the smell. Um, you know, I don't know what smell, uh, whether it is a jasmine flower, or whether it is a rose flower, or whether it is a Rajnigandha flower. all this, what will who will define? My nose, that will give me that knowledge. So the knowledge that my nose will give me, is it going to be the same knowledge that my eyes will give me? And is it going to be the same knowledge that my ears will give me?
Different knowledge.
No, it is going to be different knowledge. So what my eyes see, uh, will the nose ever be able to give me that reality, that knowledge? No. So the eyes has a particular sector in which it works, and that cannot be replaced by the other means of knowledge. See, I have 5 means of knowledge with me as human beings, and we will talk about it. But I am also talking, before we enter, I still want to dwell on it. We have 5 sense organs of perception: the eyes, ears, then this olfactory, the then touch. The skin is the biggest one, and so touch and taste. So all these functions we have. Any of these 5 function, uh, can the other means of knowledge replace it? No, it cannot. So what the eyes do, only the eyes can do. So if I become blind tomorrow, then will the rest of the 5 organ of perception, can they take over, the function of what my eyes used to do till now? No, it is lost forever, because what the eyes did, only the eyes can do. Supposing I go, deaf tomorrow, then can the eyes, replace that function? No. And so also we discover that whatever function each of these sense organs does is unique, and the other sense organs do not have entry into that, you know, they do not have their scope, they do not have entry into that area. Now, when we talk about Shastra, how different it is. So, what is Shastra? What does Shastra talk about? Shastra talks about 5 things, if I remember. I will tell how much I remember. Shastra talks about what? Uh, Swarga, heaven. That if you do so and so thing, then after your death, you will gain this higher, uh, what is called higher embodiment. I'm trying to, um, you will get uh, a higher. I'm just going to say embodiment. So if I live my life in a way following the religious rituals and dharma, meaning in a good way, not harming others, and ensuring that I maintain the harmony, etc., of the setup, then I have a potential to gain a higher embodiment in my next life. Uh, and one may live one's life in such a way that one can do acts which in karma kanda yagna, one may do a yagna asking Bhagwan for that kind of higher life, for that kind of higher enjoyment. Let me put that way, enjoyment. Instead of embodiment, I'm going to say enjoyment. Why do you go to Australia in vacation, or any? Why do you go in to vacation? Because I am not fine as I am wherever I am, and so when I go to vacation to this nice place, I will get more enjoyment. So what is this concept of swarga? This concept of swarga was there in Vedic period. It is still there right now, but most of us do not believe in it. So then that is why I have to, make this introduction. So just as vacation, that I am bored with my mundane duties, and so when I go to vacation, I have an expectation that I will become more happy there. I will be free from burden, and I will be more happy there. So this vacation is what it is, that reaching out for more happiness. So also, what is this Swarga? Swarga is that it is that realm where one where after reaching which one will get more happiness. Okay, so everything is the currency is more happiness. uh, so in Vedas, in scriptures, in Shastra, in Vedas, the Vedas talk about, if you want more happiness than human life, then you have to do such and such karma, meaning you have to do perform such and such rituals, like homa, etc., and in a particular way. So you have to follow the disciplines. You do the those particular actions, uh, and then following that, if you do it in a correct way, then you will gain swarga. You will gain heaven. What is heaven? You will get a higher uh, embodiment. You will get more, gaining which an embodiment gaining which you will get more happiness. Now how are we going to know this? By eyes or ears? So our five sense organ of perception uh, cannot give us the knowledge of, when I will do this such and such karma, then I will get Swarga. Why? Because Swarga, when does Swarga happen? Only after death. So, um, so my five sense organs, it doesn't have reach into this equation that if I perform this karma, then I will get Swarga, meaning I will get higher, option of a higher degree of happiness. I do not have any way to confirm this. How will I confirm it? Veda. So that is where Veda comes. So Veda is the pramanam. Veda is that means of knowledge, which tells us, which informs us that for gaining higher degree of happiness, you do such and such karma, then you will get that Swarga. And so also Swarga is one topic. Like that, there are five topics which I don't remember offhand, but Swarga. And then there is this thing called about moksha. Shastra tells us, and so when it comes to moksha, we rely on Shastra, we rely on Veda. Why? Because our five sense organ, the organ of perception, do not have their reach there. So just like when Vedas say that when you do this karma, you will get Swarga. And so also when Veda talks about moksha, uh, that also, it is unique to Vedas. Only Vedas are the pramana or the means of knowledge for getting that kind of information, not our five, organ of perception. So that is why we say Shraddha Kidrushi Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasah Shraddha. It is not blind trust. It is trust because in uh, first of all, it is not about everything. You know, when we talk about Shraddha, we are talking about a specific area. Which area? It is talking about understanding of Ishvara, understanding of Jagata, understanding of my nature. So when it comes to moksha or liberation or knowing the realities of life, that is when we bring this Shraddha, this Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasa Shraddha. So when it comes to knowing the realities, then I bring this kind of Shraddha where I put faith in the words of my guru and the words of Shastra. Why? Because the five organ of perception, they do not have their reach there, and that is why this sixth pramana has to be brought in. The sixth means of knowledge has to be brought in. Now I just want to say the same thing in perhaps little more simpler way. 10th man story, right? Most of us have heard it. That one time these boys, they wanted to go out on a fair, to see a fair. So they take the permission of the elder, and 10 of the kids, they go. In the middle, they had to cross the river, so they crossed the river. The elder had told, okay, you go, but make sure all 10 of you come home safely. So one person takes the leadership, and one person is the leader. So the next day when they go and cross the river, and so once they had crossed the river, the leader wants to make sure that everybody is safe. And so when he starts counting, he finds there is one less. There is only 9. So 10 boy is missing, and so he says, maybe I just I uh, I didn't counted it correctly. So he does that twice and thrice, and still he finds it is just 9. And he also takes help of other people, other boys, that maybe, why don't you count? And everybody makes the same mistake. So now they are in they feel very helpless, that oh my god, where is the 10th boy? What are we going to tell to the elder? They gave us permission, and now the 10th boy is lost. So they are very anxious, they are very worried, they're very sad, they're looking everywhere. In that looking, what is happening? One or two got hurt, etc. So they are in lot of pain, lot of agony, lot of anxiety. And meanwhile, what happens? Uh, a wise person uh, goes by, is passing by, and he sees that what is happening. Why are these kids too looking very anxious and worried? Let me ask. And so the boys tell them the whole story, that look, the 10th boy, one of us is lost, and we're frantically looking for it. Perhaps he may have been drowned. We are very worried. What are we going to do? And so this fellow, the old man, the wise person, he looks at all of them, and he understands that what mistake these people are doing, because of which they are feeling this anxiety. Uh, and then he says, you don't worry. I know where the 10th man is. And so when this person says, I know where the 10th man is, what is the feeling that these boys get? Oh, he knows where the 10th boy is? Okay. So they feel relaxed. So that attitude is what we call Shraddha. That is called Shabda Pramana. Okay. Uh, the words which act as Pramana. The words which act as a source of information. So when we are talking about Shastra, it is this means of knowledge called words uh, that we are talking about. And in the words of the Shastra, we have pramanyam, we have faith, just as these boys had faith or showed faith in this elder when he said, I know this, I know where the 10th boy is. Then what happened? So they surrender their buddhi, they surrender their intellect. But what does it mean by surrendering the intellect and buddhi? That I have a certain understanding or of where the 10th boy is. I am frustrated that I am not able to find, and I want to find, etc. But with whatever foundation I have, whatever understanding I have, whatever anxiety I have, I am surrendering it. I am laying it down, laying all the anxieties, understanding down, and I am totally available to you of how you want to reveal this person before me without my agenda. So I don't keep my agenda, and I am completely available to you. This attitude is what we call Shraddha. A surrender is required. So it is a different, in eyes, when I see when I'm looking at you, although all of your videos are off, but when I'm looking at you, uh, do I need, it is okay, do I need Shraddha? Huh? I Do I need Shraddha? But when I am hearing, I'm listening to you, don't I have Shraddha that what am I hearing? What I am going to hear is I believe in it. Do I ever doubt of whatever I'm listening? Do I ever doubt of what I am seeing? Do I ever doubt of what I'm smelling? And at least of everything, the eyes, the what I see is the strongest means of information that I never doubt. Uh, if I know that if I see this as orange, even if somebody says, no, Swaminiji wears white or Swaminiji wears blue, are you going to believe it? No, my eye sees that Swaminiji is wearing orange. So how the Shraddha, the trust you have in your eyes, the same kind of Shraddha you have in this different, in this unique means of knowledge called words of scripture. As I said, this is where you surrender yourself, meaning you surrender your understanding. You keep aside all your understanding, all your judgments, all your beliefs, and you make yourself available to what this Shastra, the old man, or the Guru, or Ishvara wants to reveal to you. Right? So it is a particular area, it is a unique scope. So I'm not going to go to Veda where when my eyes can tell me something. For that thing, I'm not going to go to Veda. I'm going to go to Veda only for something which cannot be revealed by my eyes, by ears, by nose, etc. Only that area I am going to rely uh, on the Shastra, uh, on this on Guru and Ishvara, on Ishvara. Let us put it just the Shastra. Um, so this was what I wanted to tell regarding this Shraddha aspect in terms of what uh, Kushal had said last time. I just wanted to make this clarification. Now, just closing the story, since I started the 10th boy story. So then what happens? So these boys, how they surrendered themselves, they had Shraddha in this elder. And then what happens? The elder says, okay, you line up. And then he counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the leader says, see, yeah, 9. That's what I'm saying. The 10th boy is lost. Where is the 10th boy? And the elder says, you are the 10th boy, right? So then he understands, oh, click happens. Oh, I'm the 10th boy. So then what kind of clicking is it? Is it like, oh, nice, we ultimately found the 10th boy? Or what kind of clicking it is? Oh, I forgot to count myself. It is the foolishness discovered that, oh my God, I was all the time, there and not counting myself. So similarly, what are we after? Happiness. Where are we looking happiness? Elsewhere, in a wrong direction. And what are we going to be told? The Shastra, the Guru tells us happiness is not outside. It's not in a vacation. Shivani ji. Sorry. It is not in a, it is not in a, no, sorry, you can go.
No, it's okay.
So happiness is not outside. It is not something external. It is not in watching movie. It is not in friends. It is not in spending time with your friends and family. Not that you should not, you do. But don't project that happiness is outside. So go to vacation, go to, spend time with people, etc. Everything. Everything has to be done. But don't project that happiness is coming out of there. Happiness is here. Happiness is my own nature. And so then do everything just as you are doing, but then change the mindset. Don't make this life as constantly trying to snatch happiness. You discover the happiness within and then learn to live life of spreading happiness because you are the happiness. So then you spread the happiness. So this is the change that Vedanta wants to bring. Vedanta is not about a life after death. Vedanta is about correctly living life. And so, if I understand correctly what the realities of the world and Ishvara and myself is, then I can relate to everything properly. Right? So, this was the end of the story. But coming back to Shraddha, so Shraddha, this fellow, um, the boys, they thought 10th boy was lost. Each of them thought themselves to be ninth boy and 10th boy, I am not. I am the ninth boy, I am not the 10th boy. You know, I am I am an unhappy person, I am not a happy person. Aren't we all the ninth boys or the lost 10th boy? What do we think of ourselves? I am incomplete as I am not complete. I have to become complete, and for that, I have to have so and so. So, wrong understanding, for that understanding, first of all, Shastra wants to tell that this understanding of yours is not a correct understanding. So, when Shastra is going to tell you that, and all the time when you are going through helplessness and you are facing, difficulties in life, then you need a particular attitude that is called Shraddha. That even though I feel helplessness, frustration, anxiety in my life, even though I feel unhappy, Shastra tells what? That you are not unhappy. Unhappiness is not your nature. Happiness is your nature. Happiness is not something to be gained from outside. Happiness is your true nature. That is what you are. That is what your svabhava is. Like what? Like light and heat and light being the svabhava, nature of fire. So also happiness is your svabhava. It is your nature. So this the Shastra is going to tell. When you are all sad, when you are all depressed, when you are all anxiety, when you are all going through hormones, etc. And that is when the Shastra is going to tell you that. And you should be able to surrender yourself that even though, in spite of my feeling anxious, in spite of my feeling being worried, in spite of my feeling restless, because Shastra says so, so it must be right. Then let me understand my feelings. Why do I feel so? And this is the attitude we need to have when we approach our Guru and our Shastra. And so, uh, so what is the pramana here? The pramana here is the words of the Shastra, which are spoken of by the Guru, which are revealed by Ishvara through the Guru. So for that, the attitude that I should have for this means of knowledge called words, not any words, but the words of the Shastra, and not just any words, the words of the Shastra, which reveals the reality about myself, which is what? Vedanta. So the Shastra has two areas. First huge sector is called Karma Kanda, where in Karma Kanda section it is shown that if you want such and such, if you have a particular desire in life and if you want to fulfill it, then this is how you fulfill it. So as jivas, as uh, as living beings, we all have various desires, and how to fulfill these desires, that knowledge also this Vedas give us. So that is Karma Kanda. So a good chunk, 80% or 90% of the chunk of Shastra, it tells us about how to fulfill your desires. And for that, Swarga, etc., etc., the various rituals, how to do it, etc., is told. But when we tell about this Shraddha, see, for that also Shraddha is required, and for that also Shastra is the Pramana. But what are we here for? We are here for now liberation. Right? I want to, like that ninth boy wants to know where the 10th boy is. So also I, who think myself to be unhappy, wants to know where this happiness is and how am I going to attain it. And for that I am approaching Shastra. Where does that fall? The words of the Shastra, that that part of the Shastra that reveals my true nature as happiness is Vedanta, which forms almost the last part, the end part, or the content of the Vedas, and therefore it is called Vedanta. The Vedasya Antaha. Uh, so also because it is at the end of the Veda, but also because it is the content of the Veda, right? It is the core part of the Veda. That is why it is called Vedanta. So when we talk about Shraddha, it is talking about this core part of Veda, which reveals the realities of life. And so the Shraddha in the words of the Vedanta, whatever the Vedanta is going to reveal, that attitude, that particular framework of mind is called Shraddha. Coming back to Tattva Vivekah, Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya iti. I thought we will cover Sukshma Buddhi, not Sukshma Buddhi, Sukshma Sharira, but it never happens. Okay, it's okay. Atma Kaha, you are saying Atma is Satyam, everything other than that is Mithya. So then what is Atma? The Shishya questions. Then Guruji replies. So this is a one capsule form reply, which is going to, to understand this reply, we are going to spend quite a bit of time. Sthula Sukshma Karana Shariraat Vyatiriktah, 1 point. Panchakoshatitah San, 2 point. Avasthatraya Sakshi, 3rd point. Satchidananda Swarupah San, 4th point. Yes Tishtati Saha Atma. So now what is this Tattvabodha? This Tattvabodha is the text in which various definitions are given. So before entering Vedanta, one must know all these definitions, and then one can, it becomes easy to understand all the Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita as well. So all the definitions, all the prakriya, all the methods, that will be defined in this grantha. So now, what is Atma? You know what this question is? Atma means what? Atma means I. Uh, who am I? That is the question here. Atma means I. So what is the question here? Who am I? So what is the answer given? I am that which is not this, first of all. So there are these two words. So let us understand this word. Atma means what? I. And anatma means what? Anatma. So an means not and atma means I. So not I. I and not I. Okay. So now how will this I be defined? So that which is not I, that will be defined first. Then what will be defined? That which is I. That which is not I, you please remove from what you think that I is. And then you discover yourself to be the I that I am going to define it as. And then when you have this understanding of what is not I and what is I, when you are able to correctly separate it out, then that particular understanding is the correct understanding of what is I or who am I or who are you, who am I, right? So this is how this text is going to approach. So how is it going to approach? So what is not I, that is being told in three different ways. uh, what are the three different ways? First, it tells us that I am not Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharira. Sharira. Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharira Vyatiriktaha, meaning I am not the gross body, subtle body, and the causal body. So, who am I? If I tell you, who are you? Who is Sajni? Who is Helish? Who is Kushal? Who is Shivani ji? And what are you going to say? I am a such and such person. My name is such and such. My height is such and such. My weight is such and such. What does that belong to? To the gross body, right? Were you always, was your height always such and such? Was your weight always such and such? When you were, 1 year old, was your height the same? No. So, what you call your height is such and such, it keeps on changing. So that part belongs to what? To your physical body. So that physical body is called what? Sthula Sharira. What exactly is Sthula Sharira? We'll see, but let us see it in capsule form first. Then what do you say? I am I'm doctor, right? I'm a doctor, or I'm a CA, or I'm IIT educated person or something. So what does or where does that education belong? To whom does that education belong? Does it belong to the physical body, gross body? We already said the this belongs to gross body, and that gross body, the height, etc., belongs to gross body. And the definition here is given what? Sthula Sharira, I am not. The gross body, I am not. Now, what else do you say? I'm a doctor, I'm a CA, I'm a botanist, I'm an engineer. Uh, who gains that knowledge? Where is it gained? By intellect. So then, the second statement made is what? Sukshma Sharira Vyatiriktaha. This subtle body, I am not. This intellect comes under subtle body. A lot of things comes under subtle body that we will see. That also I am not. What else? Feelings, right? I feel angry. I feel who am I? I'm somebody who is short tempered, or I'm somebody who doesn't get angry easily. What are these personality traits? To whom do they belong? To the physical body? No. Then which body? To this subtle body, to our personality. So what we call personality, those traits which are subtle, they belong to Sukshma Sharira or subtle body. So statement here is what? Sukshma Sharira, I am not. Gross body, I am not. Subtle body, I am not. So who am I? So now who are you? So far, who are you? A man, a 5'7" tall man, a 60 kg man. Stool Sharira, you're not, so that's gone. So now what do you remain? Okay, fine. I'm still an engineer. I'm still a doctor. Sukshma Sharir you are not, subtle body you are not, so that is also gone. What else? I'm a short-tempered person. No, that also comes under Sukshma Sharira. That also you're not. Karana Sharira we will deal with later. Let me put it this way. I may not be that, but I always have a tendency to become angry. So those tendencies, Karana Sharira is those tendencies that my understanding that I'm a man, I'm a woman, this kind of understanding and those tendencies that when I see a lizard, I get, whatever I, whatever emotion I get. Different people get different emotion. If they see a lizard versus a snake versus a, I don't know, a cockroach. Sorry, Sajini. So those come under where? Under this Karana Sharira, our tendencies. So Grantha says what? Your tendencies is coming under Karan Sharira that you are not. So your tendencies also you are not. So who are you? What is left? So you took out what? Your gross body, your physical body, your weight, etc. You took it out. Then your intellect, whatever uh, whatever badge you give to yourself as engineer, doctor, or I'm a happy person, I'm a cheerful person, I'm a very outgoing person, I'm an introvert. All that belongs to where? Subtle body. That you are not. Sukshma Sharira, you are not. Karan Sharira, your tendencies, the tendency to become angry, the tendency to become sad, tendency to not talk in certain situation, tendency to become introvert, etc. All that belongs to what? Karan Sharira. That also you are not. So what is left? Anyways,
Sachidanand.
that will be left. But before that, they will go a second round. Second round is what? Panchakoshatitaha. So the same not I is told to us in three different ways because we perceive our personalities through three different ways. So one was this method of physical body, subtle body, mind, intellect. This is how we measure ourselves. This is one way of measuring what I am. So that the Shastra, it went through and told us that you are not. Now what? Panchakoshatitaha. What are Panchakoshatitaha? It will take some time, but I'll quickly go through. Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. So, when I identify with my physical body, I that identification is called Annamaya kosha. When I identify myself with prana and I feel I am restless or I am hungry or I am thirsty, that is called Pranamaya kosha. Uh, when I identify with my mind and I say I'm a happy or unhappy person, that is called Manomaya kosha. So we will dwell on it in length, but I just want to give you the capsule form in a little bit more detail before we start digging into it. Uh, Vijnanamaya kosha. I am an intelligent person or I'm a dull person. I don't remember any of the Sanskrit heavy. What this Panchakosha Titaha sun. Uh, then what? That is Vijnanamaya kosha. When I judge myself based on a particular trait or aspect of the personality, uh, and find myself as limited, then that particular judging of myself is called this kosha, whether it is annamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, and lastly anandamaya kosha. That when I'm happy, I identify with it and say I am happy, and that also is a kosha. You are judging yourself based on a feeling. The Shastra wants to tell you something. You are not happy. You are the very nature of happiness. You are happiness. It is not that you are happy. Anyways, it is a little bit more subtle thing. But that I am happy, that also is a wrong understanding, that is also a judgment that comes because of identification with a enjoyer. You are not the enjoyer, you are the very enjoyment. So this is the second level of non-I that the uh, that the text is going to wants to reveal. Then what? Avasthatraya Sakshi. What do I think myself to be? I am as good as the situations I face during the waking world. I met the friend. I met a friend with I met my friend in the morning, and he fought with me, and I'm upset the whole day because the friend was as real, the fight was as real, and my emotions are as real. So avastha traya sakshi, that avastha, jagrata, swapna, and sushupti, the waking world, the dream world, and the deep sleep state. The waking world uh, is not you. The dream world, same way, the dream world is not you. I'm just going to summarize a little bit. And the deep sleep is not you. Who are you? You are the sakshi of the avastatraya. You are the witness of all these three avastha. Why? Because it is like this. See, these pearls or these mala, this rudraksha, each of these rudraksha is separate. And how separate? One rudraksha and the second rudraksha, they mutually exclude themselves. And so also, let us say if this was waking world and this is dream world, then do waking and dream merge anywhere? Do you find a merging point? You do not find a merging point. Same way, dream and deep sleep. Do you find a merging point? You do not find a merging point. Deep sleep and waking again. Do you find a merging point? So also all these cycles of waking, dream, deep sleep, waking, dream, deep sleep, it goes on and on, but nowhere they merge. So they are like this rudraksha which are separate from each other. But what keeps it connected? A thread is running through it, which holds it together, because of which it is, I can do like this, I can do a japa, I can do my mala. Why? Because of this thread. And so also there is a thread which going through all these states of uh, waking, dream, and deep sleep. What is that? That is called sakshi, that is called the witness. There is one entity which is conscious all through these states, that is sakshi. So I am not the three avastha, I am not the three states. I am the witness to the three states. But what am I not? Who am I not? I'm not the waking state, and I'm not the waker. When I say that I'm not waking state, I also say what? I am not the waker. Uh, so if I'm not the waker, I'm not the one who is who experienced my friend fought with me, then I went through these emotions. So I'm not that. Same way, I'm not the dreamer. Same way, I'm not the deep sleeper. Then who am I? I am the one who witnessed this act of the friend fighting this, and this person called Baker getting this emotion. I am the one who is witnessing all this, or in whose presence all these things happen. That I am. So, with that understanding of who I am not, then the text tells me who I am, right? So by so far, what have remained from Helish and Sajni and Shivani ji, you removed your gross body, Sukshma Sharir, Karan Sharir, Panchakoshatitah, your identification, uh, your tendency of identification with these particular um, aspects of the personality. Then your the time factor, avasthatraya covers the time factor, not just not just the space aspect, but it also covers the time factor. So this avasthatraya sakshi, meaning it covers the time. So that also you are not waking, you are the sakshi, you are the witness to it. what remains? Lot of it is
Sakshi itself.
that lot has to be shed off, so we have to walk as the text explains, and then lot of things will be shed off, and then the text tells who am I. So far it was told who I am not, who is non-I, in three different ways. Now the text tells who I am. I am Sat Chit Ananda Swarupah San. I am of the nature of Sat, existence, Chit, knowledge, Ananda, happiness, the very nature. Happiness is my very nature. I'm not the enjoyer, I am the enjoyment. Okay? Yes, Tishtati sa Atma. So the one who abides in this knowledge of who I am not and who I am. I am that Satchidananda. That is Atma. That is I. Okay? This much. And we will dig into it next time. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari
Thank you
Om.
so many, Ji. Thank you.